Good morning. It's Saturday morning. Here we are again, continuing in Matthew verses 27 through 30, where Jesus says, "You've heard it said, you shall not commit adultery, but I say to you, everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart." And you remember Jimmy Carter in the 76 presidential campaign all those years ago, who got into trouble for admitting in an interview that he had done this in his heart. And everybody was stunned, even though he was just saying what's happened to every single one of us at some point or other. Because it does. Now, Jesus goes on to say, if your eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. If your other eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. Then you'll be blind. You know, if your hand causes you to sin, he says, cut it off. At what point do we stop hacking away body parts? Because we're going to keep sinning. So I think there's a little humor going on in some of this, a little hyperbole. We know that we can't continue to remove body parts. That's not going to solve the problem. The problem is our intentions. And I think our society has done a lot, started to do a lot in recent years with saying that, for instance, what is it they say? That the way a woman dresses does not excuse a man's actions toward her. And you can't blame the woman for what the man has done, or the woman for the other way around. So when we're talking about lust, we're talking about somebody who wants to take something, in this case someone else's body, for their own pleasure. And that's, Jesus says, that's wrong. Even doing it, committing adultery, is wrong because you violate these oaths and vows and commandments. But even thinking about it is wrong. And so when we get to the point where every time we encounter someone, we're thinking about it, then we need to change our mindset, change our mind, not rip our brain out of our head, because but change the way that we think and approach people. And if we can do that, perhaps we'll have better human relationships with other people, and we'll avoid walking around letting our desires rule us. And that's really the problem. The Eastern Church in particular has made written a lot about the way that our passions rule us. And we in this culture have almost made a kind of an industry out of letting our passions rule us. Lust and desire and hunger and all these sorts of desires that we see as natural and as a part of who we are. They are a part of who we are, but they can be controlled. And controlling them is a part of the spiritual life. So, don't go around cutting your hand off, but let's go around and control our passions.